Hi there, students. This tutorial is to help you figure out how to get started with the disc mover activity. So once you open the playground up and this loads, you'll want to select the disc mover playground here, and you'll see that there are 9 different dots of 3 different colors. So what you want to do when you get started up here is that we need to have some sort of rule that will get this moving forward until we get to this dot here. Now, so we want a repeat until block right here, and we want to tell it to move forward. Now, this is a drive forward block, not for a certain distance, but we're going to be using a sensor. Now, if you look on this, there is a sensor in the front that looks down. It's a downward facing eye, and it can tell colors. So to be able to have that move forward, we are going to go to the sensing category here. And we want to get a front eye detects down here. This is in the eye sensing. And we want to change the front eye to the down eye. And we're going to start with it sensing blue. So we want this to drive forward until the down eye detects blue. And then we want to tell it to stop driving. So let's see what happens here. It goes forward, and then the down eye sees blue, and then it follows the next step, stop driving. Now, that is a disc right there that you see. And what we wanted to do is pick that disc up. That disc is made out of metal, so there's a magnet that can be turned on, and we want to energize the magnet to boost. That will pick up the disc. Okay. Then we need to turn the robot around because we're going to be using a bumper there, and we want it to actually go forwards. So we need to make this go 180 degrees around. We need to have it do a UE. So let's change that to 180 degrees. Turn right 180 degrees. So, and then we'll have it, let's see what happens right now. So we're going to go here. It's going to pick that up, and then it's ready to go. So our goal here is to drop that off inside the middle here. Now, if we look in the front here, there are also some bumpers that happen when it hits a wall. So we can use the same technique, repeat until, but this time we're going to repeat this until the bumper, either the left or the right bumper, gets pressed. So we want it to drive forward until it hits a wall or the left bumper is pressed. And then we want it to stop driving. Okay, so let's reset this and start over again. And it's going to start, turn around, drive back, and it's going to hit the bumper. Now, if we drop right now, it's not in the middle. So what we want to tell it to do now is to back up for about 1 box. So we remembered from our first activity that each box here in the grid is about 200 millimeters. So we can drive reverse back up 200 millimeters, and then we can tell the magnet to drop that. So energize the magnet to drop it. So let's stop and let's watch what'll happen. We can grab that, and it's going to back up and then drop it. Okay, so it's hard to see that it's dropped the disc here unless you look really closely, but it would be a little more obvious if we turned it back around. So we could turn it back around to 180 degrees. So let's have it turn once again 180 degrees, turning right, and whoops, let's reset it and start one more time here. And it's going to pick that up and move it back it up, drop it, and turn back around. And you could see once it dropped it that it actually is no longer holding the disc. So it let go of it. Now, the question is, how do we get the other two discs? Well, there are no distances to the discs here. We just told it to keep going forward until it saw blue. So everything we have right here teaches it to pick up the next block. So if we reset this, we would need to repeat this thing 3 different times. Now, think, in the control area, is there something you know here that can tell the robot to repeat a set of instructions for a certain number of times? I don't know. So your goal is to try to write a program that will pick up all 9 of these dots and put them in the correct locations. Now, I'll bet you that you could use your loops here and then duplicate some of the stuff. The only things you would truly need to figure out is how to get in between from here over to here, and then turn left so you're facing forward, and then maybe run a program that's similar to this that goes and picks up the red objects here and then the green objects here. So hope the start helps, and hopefully you're able to figure out to pick up as many of these as possible. To prove that you were able to do it, I'm going to need to see a screenshot or a picture of your grid after it is done. Okay, so good luck with that, and I hope that helps.